What's up, guys? Joe here. I've decided to just keep going on this thing for a bit. I know where I'm going with it as far as what I want to get done, and I'm just excited to get this thing fixed up. So, needless to say, this is the beginning of another one. So, as you can see, the temporary body work was a little more extensive on this side. Self-tapper screws, pop rivets, tape, Bondo glass, just a whole spiel of temporary madness. So, let's see what we got going on here. Probably be more some of it's pretty hard. This might actually be fun to get off here. I had to draw out some rivets, self-tappers, and all that good stuff. So I guess I better grab some tools. This ain't gonna just peel off here like the other side did. I'm hoping, what do we got here? Can you see that? I can't tell. Hoping it's pretty solid. Looks like somebody might have did a repair there at some point. Guess I'll find out from the other side. But hopefully that inside part ain't that bad. Hell, who knows, maybe I did it. But I don't remember doing it, so. Alright, I'm gonna grab some tools. Alright, so I cheated a little bit off camera. Went ahead, took a wire wheel and cleaned off some of these screws better so I could get to them. Tried to dig out whatever got in the head part there, whatever you want to call it. See if they try to strip out on me. There's one. Two. Alright, got a couple more screws out and stuff. I thought I was time-lapsing something, but I guess I forgot to hit the button. So there's a part in between this part and last part that seems to be missing. When I finally put this out, that's what happened. So it's just me doing more of the same thing you already watched. So slowly getting this off here. Another screw. Can we get to that one? Probably not. Tell you what though, the screws I did, there it is. Sorry for the shitty view. What I did kind of held up though, so didn't look like anything pretty, but get through inspection, hell yeah. Now what? That just feels like Bondo. Get up here. God, don't get old, people. Anyway. That's been the cab corner for the last, let's see, 3 years. So, not bad. I thought I remembered this being in better shape in here, but I guess I was wrong. Maybe it was the other side. Oh wow, I'm gonna give her the same treatment as the other side though. At least we only had to make that inside area. I'll probably just cut this off shorter like I did over there. Really doesn't matter. It'll be fine without it. You know, if you say otherwise, I probably don't care about your opinion, so. Alright. So, that's what that looks like. Dilly-dally around with this here a little bit. Guess I'll come back then and check out all the rest of that. Alright, well, let's get started on taking this patch off this rocker. First, let's check out what this is up here. I can't remember how far this goes or how bad it is. Oh, yep. Did I even dig out the dirt? That's probably just new stuff. Yeah, looks like I'm gonna have to not only take off the door to get to that area, probably also the fender. So I'll have this thing all tore apart for this side. But at least tonight I'll get a good look at everything. I'm probably just gonna do this part in time lapse instead of boring you all with the all the screws and rivets. Maybe get a couple started. Anyway, what I'm gonna do. Well, after numerous soft tappers and pop rivets I had to draw out, finally got it all off there. Yeah, she shot, but I think we can save the inner part. Patch it back there. Gonna have to remove the door and the fender. Will take a little bit of time here, so it's moderately worse than the other side. But at least I ain't gotta make part of this. Just gotta make that part. This was a little more complex on that other side. I got that whole panel new. So I'll probably spend the rest of the evening here or something, taking all this inside stuff off here, because I had to watch behind there again, tear that foam out of there, and gut the interior there a little bit to get to it. Plus take this weather stripping off. Yeah, take the weather stripping off. Sorry, I'm still bad at the camera, whole camera thing. But yeah, so that's probably about all I'm gonna do tonight. I'm gonna do that other stuff off camera because that's just boring stuff. So there's always plenty of time to play with interior, like when I do the interior. So and I ain't doing the interior till I find another seat or decide to take on the task of reupholstering that one. I'd like to find another OBS Chevy seat. One of the nicer ones. Well, one in good shape. I'd take just this base version, but not in this shape. But I'd also like to find one of the nicer ones with the headrest and kind of the 60-40 split maybe. They're a bitch to have to find seat covers for cheap. So I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'll make something else work in here. What else works in these trucks? I don't want to do too much modification to the mounts. And you know, I want to be able to fit behind the wheel and all that stuff. So, you know, whenever I put this out, if you got any ideas what seats to use in this thing other than 88 to 98 Chevy seats, let me know. Because I've been keeping an eye on Marketplace for cheap ones. There's probably a few I missed out on just because I didn't have the funds, even though it was a good price at the time. But anyhow, so I'm gonna get to taking all this stuff off tonight and see you tomorrow maybe. I don't know. So yeah, doing the driver's side now. Get her done. Alright guys, next day here, Wednesday the 9th. I did get the inner panel off here. A piece of foam still down in there yet. Had to get the door sill plate off. 2 of the screws came out easy. And then today I got the impact driver with a better bit on it because I was just using a screwdriver before. Got it to turn, but it still wasn't coming up, so I figured I'd pull up as I'm turning it, but as you can tell, I broke it up a little bit, so unless I find another one, I'll try to fix it. I still got that piece, but maybe sometime in the distant future we'll go on a junkyard crawl or something. Whether or not I'd film that, I'm not sure. People around here are weird about things, so gotta respect people's privacy and whatnot. Some businesses are weird like that, but either way, I'm probably gonna be going to the junkyard or something sometime to find interior pieces, maybe a seat, which is probably one of the main things that ain't in half the trucks in the junkyard. You know, the one main thing you really need. Anyhow, I guess what I gotta do, I guess I'm gonna get this door off here. I got to looking around here after I took the sill plate off. Things are a little soft in here. Hopefully it ain't too bad. Hopefully whatever it is I can just fudge up, clean up a little bit. I know the floor somewhere here has an area that needs patched, but I wasn't going to do that right away, so so hopefully everything under this is solid enough. But in order for me to take this door off, get to that pin fine. This one up here, you got this little thing here that has a spring in it. It has little, what do you call them? Like indents, grooves, where it keeps the door open if you park it on a hill. Well, unlike most of the vehicles I've messed with of the same era, same last 4 decades GM vehicles, unlike the ones I'm used to messing with, this one still has the spring. Usually that thing's just in there flopping around when I get to them, so that's what I had to do. Oh, mind you, I kind of got a late start this evening. Just because it's work day and had me a little snack after work and a little lazy. Just tired to begin with. So, not always raring to go, but got a little bit of a late start and maybe get a little something done here tonight. So what I did, went to my local Advance Auto Parts, got the door spring tool, finally ponied up for one, even though it wasn't that much. So If there been any more, I wouldn't have. I'd have waited till payday or something. But we'll go ahead, get that spring out of there, and then I can get to that pin and get it out of there, because that spring's in the way of it falling down. So yeah, just gonna focus on getting this door off here. Figure out if I really need to take a fender off or not. Probably do, but whether that gets done tonight or not, I don't know. But one thing I gotta do, forecast looks like it's calling for rain tomorrow. Is make a little room in here, and I'll probably pull it in here. So if I want to work on it tomorrow evening, I can. It's dry, it didn't get wet. And the battery seems to be staying up. I'll unhook it still, but I think what was draining it, I left it hooked up there a few times. And the door panel has a thing on it that pushes on this. And whether or not that's on, has a bulb in it or not, I guess it was still pulling current, because once I took that fuse out and then parked the truck out there farther in the driveway, and then came back to it, hooked the battery up, it started. Of course, I charged it before I moved it, but it's stayed up since, is what I'm saying. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm just rambling now, so I guess I'll get to getting this spring off here and rigging up the door here, I guess, on the engine crane, like I usually do with things. The No Friends 5000 machine right there. So anyway, what I'm gonna do, I may film it, I don't know. Alright, I got that rigged up and ready. As you saw, I got the spring out. There wasn't much to explain to it, but you probably couldn't see that well, but there's videos on how to do that. No need for mine to be another one, or I'll just cover it on something else. So anyway, got that rigged up. I'm just gotta get me a punch and a hammer. Could be a few other tools, I don't know. Slide them pins out of there and bushings, and the door should come off. So set you up here and watch me do that. Got that door off there. Same thing as the last one of these trucks I did, so I just did it in fast motion. I think I might have did that one too, but on anything, I try to focus on the main things I'm doing as far as what I'm showing you guys. Like the important stuff, like as far as how-to stuff or whatever, you know, like I'm focusing on the bodywork part of it, not so much stuff I got to take off to get to certain things or whatever, because that's just bolt on and whatever. Take off, take on, whatever. Plus, I want this channel to be more than just a how-to tutorial page. I mean, I'll show you how to do things much like the other channels, but I kind of want it to be like, you're here hanging with me, watch me work on something cool or not cool, it doesn't matter. But I don't want to be just excuse me, a boring channel of this is how you do this, I mean, trust me, I know I sound boring enough, so. But yeah, I want to try to make it exciting, and that's hard for a guy like me to do. I'm kind of an introvert, so. Anyway, got that off there. It's about a little after 7:30. I'm gonna hook this battery back up here and pull this one in there. Whether or not I'll do more tonight, I don't know, but get this in here. I made space in this mess of a garage. So yeah, I'll pull that in here. At least to be in here for tomorrow evening, so if it's raining, we can still work on it. Instead of me making excuses of, oh, it's raining out, I can't do it. So yeah. So I'm gonna get this battery hooked up and pull her in here. It's in here far enough. If I got whatever I gotta do up here, since I'm not technically working on the back frame section, I can back it out a little bit tomorrow. Or back it up or whatever. Kind of tight quarters with multiple projects going on and tools and equipment everywhere. Other things. But plus it's got no door on it now, so I gotta keep it dry best I can. If I have a string of nice days, I'll let it sit out there. I don't care. What's up, guys? Well, it's Wednesday afternoon. Around 4 something. Guess I'm gonna start taking this fender, work on getting this fender off. Probably start on all this stuff that's bolted to the inside of it, and any wires or anything that ran along there. And then I'll probably, I guess, take the grill off, because I can't remember if there's any bolts behind there. You might have to take it off anyway to get it, just to make sure it's disconnected. And then how many numerous bolts, because you got the inner fender well, the bolts up under here all the way around. Gotta figure out what I'm doing here at the hood hinge and the top of the fender, because they're kind of one and the same there, connected to each other. So I gotta figure that out. I got a bolt there, bolt down in there you can't see. Well, maybe you can. Yeah, bolt down there. Yeah, right there. Yeah, got that. We got 2 bolts there. I think 1 or 2 bolts right underneath there. Yeah, right underneath where it bends down under there, or rolls, whatever you want to call it. I think this has screws going up into the bottom of the fender too. All this just to do a rocker panel, cab corner. But Is what it is. Hate that thing, by the way. Still guilty of using it though. Anyway, get tearing into it. Alright, I got the grill out. There's two, like I said, there's two screws that go up in here from this plastic piece. I'm probably just gonna go ahead and try to struggle to get them off camera. There ain't really much to see other than me trying to get to it. Can't see it, so probably try to get them underneath somehow. Then I'll come back when I not sure where to start. I don't know. We'll figure it out then. But I'll come back after that. Alright. Got all the lower bolts, I believe. One down there. Lower one, screws down there. Inner fender well bolts. The lower bolt going in the fender under there. Still gotta get these two. I think it's just two there, and then whatever under here. Still kind of trying to figure some of this out. Cause it's kind of dumb how this is. Trying to do this without hurting anything. I don't want the hood going back into the windshield or anything. So whatever I do, I have to do it carefully. So, alright, I guess I'll set you up while I do that. I need to find something to put in between the windshield and the hood there. I'll be back. Now I got this propped here to hold the front up. Got that hinge on that side. Try to keep the hood on here to do this. But everything's kind of connected together. You got this bolt here and this bolt down here. I'm gonna try to unhook it here. And I guess a little later there, because that bolts into part of the fender, I think. It's all screwed up how it is. Why can't they just keep things simple? Why do they gotta make it difficult? Anyway, I'll set you up here. And you can watch me do that. Alright. Smart people do this with a wrench and a ratchet. We're just gonna go ahead and sunder with the 3/8 impact. Hopefully the hood don't come crashing down. Let me support it with my head here. Okay. Nut. Got it off. Now I can't get it out. Come on, man. Yeah, looks like we're gonna have to take that other bolt out. That's stupid how they do that. I don't know if we can do it with impact or not. We'll try. had to use a regular ratchet there. I don't know. Okay, it's getting a little sketchy now. There's some of the rest of these bolts out. It's not a lot holding that there, huh? Hopefully nothing falls down after I take these two bolts out. Let's see how much of a struggle this is going to be. Wait. I see. I do gotta take more bolts off there. God dang it. that's off. That wasn't too hard, was it? Alright, well, now we can get to this area better. So there's that. See all that crap? That's kind of crap. It gets down inside all these crevices in a car body, car, truck, whatever. And then it eventually gets moisture in there, and then that's how it rusts out. That's probably what happens here too. Stuff gets down inside them cowl vents, dirt and moisture. Sits down in here. So yeah, gotta make sure you wash your vehicles. Clean these areas out if you ever had to get in here for anything. Alright, let me clean up here a little bit, take inventory on any bolts and screws I just took out. Then we'll see what the next step is here. Just need to gather my bearings, charge this camera up a little bit. And yeah, so we'll be back, start tearing into all that here. Directly, indirectly, whatever. Either way, we're making progress. So, alright, I'll be back. Alright, guess let's start looking into what we got here. Let's go over here to the LMC treasure box here. I started tearing into it prematurely before I recorded here, but you get the point. As you can see, it's the whole thing, the whole outer rocker. So, take it over here and see if we can slip it over, see where we're at. Sure, let's beat up a new part. Alright, I'm gonna set you up on something here. Kind of tight quarters in here today. See what I can do. Alright, let's try to slip this over here. Try and get it all in the frame. How far does this actually go? Gonna have to probably trim off that old section of cab corner there. Or some of that might be old rocker actually. So yeah, that'll work cut out for us. But I'll honestly don't think I'm going to tear into that tonight. Yeah, I might leave that for tomorrow or something. Tomorrow evening. Or the weekend. This side's a little bit more in depth if you ain't already noticed. So that's probably where we're at for today. Alright, we'll tear into this tomorrow. What's up, guys? Joe here again. Anyway, we're out here where we got more room. Yeah, this is gonna be more work. Okay, so what I gotta do, I gotta cut and get some of this material off here because this part is this part, but it's covered up by cab corner material and rust and filler. So I gotta cut that off a little bit so I can slide this over it, so I can get an idea where I gotta start cutting away at it to put it in, so I know how to mark things. And yeah, that's the best I know to explain it. Hoping I don't have to, I think I can get away with just cleaning up that inner panel, except for the back corner like before. But I'll just make a simple patch for that. We may end up going, well, I know for a fact we'll probably end up going farther up. So anyway, I'm not sure if I'll set you up while I cut. I mean, you don't want to really see that. I don't know, but maybe I'll set it up so you can watch me cut some of this away, or whatever I got to do here. So it's out of the way to put that on there. Anyway, it's taking me too long to explain, so I'm just gonna get to it. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna trim this rocker panel down some here, because there's still new material farther down here. Sorry, it's hard to show you, but I can cut off the rotten part of this old one, and then wherever I cut this off, I can just kind of line it up, graft it in there with the old piece. And yeah, before that, if I cut some of this off, I can mark where I want to cut it on the original piece. So I want to try to keep it below, I guess below this spot weld here, at least an inch. Dang, sweat bees back. I did go ahead and, while I was at it, marked in between the original spot welds where I'll probably need the new spot welds once I drill those out, or whatever I do, which will be fun, seeing how all my drill bits suck. But I think I'm gonna go ahead here, hold on. Ahead and mark this, and I guess, hell, I might want to take it down further, I don't know. Alright, well, I think I'm going to I marked it here, shitty marker, but I think about 3 inches off of this. I took this off, measured down from that cut there, and it's around about 3 inches, something like that. And so yeah, I'm going to trim this off there, and then once I put it over the original, I can determine where I want to cut off the original, because I want to get as close as the factory as it was, because I don't want no interference with the door or anything like that. Alright, I trimmed that part down. But I gotta trim this one a little bit too. Well, to make it easier, this time I used tape as a line. Just cut about a little more than a 1/2 inch, whatever that is. So yeah, once I cut that off, I'll refit it back on here. Just kind of got it haphazardly clamped on. You ain't gonna get it perfect right now, being you're putting it over a piece the same size. But as long as I got a ballpark, I know I can figure out where to mark the original, where to cut it. Mind you, I'm no pro, but this ain't my first rodeo either. I've had plenty of trial and errors. So, alright, I'm gonna go cut this off and come back to this point, I guess. Alright, I got that cut down. Around about where I want it. So what I'm gonna do now, put a rough line here. Get my Sharpie ready. Now this may not be the main cut line in the whole area. Like I may cut below and oh shoot, sorry, you probably couldn't see what I was doing there, but this kind of gives me a roundabout what I want it. Some of it I may just flange and overlap. Other areas, like where on these curves, I may cut them on the line and leave the flats where I can flange them, unless it's too tight of an area, because then the new metal will lay against the flanged part to make it even, and then the curves will inset in the seam or cut there, and it'll be even. That's what I've done in the past with certain things. Otherwise, you gotta, even the back end behind here, it probably wouldn't matter, but say you did that out here on an open panel, you'd have a edge right there. You'd have like a step. You'd have to build that in with sculpted in there with filler, and I don't want to use too much filler. So, and the same thing will be the case around here too, probably. This will probably be like it would meet there, it wouldn't be flanged there, but like say this flat, well, maybe not even there, but say this flat area to here, you know, I might, sorry, keep moving the camera. Say here to here, it might be flanged, and yeah, you get what I'm saying. There might be an extra metal down here for this to sit against. I'm not good at explaining things, so But I think you get the gist of what I'm saying, especially if you have an idea somewhat of what's going on. Same thing with here. Some dirt out of here. Yeah, same with here. I'll make a line. Sorry I'm so terrible with my camera work. It's hard to do this and do the work at the same time. See what I mean? I guess I could just watch through the screen here, but it just feels weird. Same goes for here. Flat areas, you can leave some and flange it, cut out the curve area. Well, if that's what I do, I'll obviously show you and you'll see what I mean. I gotta finish getting that line back here, but there's dirt there, so. That's what I'll do there. Well, I'm not quite sure what I'll do there yet, but so yeah, let me figure this out and I'll come on back here either when I'm ready to start cutting or whatever I'm going to do. I'm not sure yet. I think I'm going to take his inner fender well all the way off because it's kind of in my way here, but alright, I'll be back. Alright, it's a little later. Pulled here in the garage here. It's starting to get dark. So here's what I was talking about. The areas that are filled in, they get cut out. Like, filled in like that, or with the X's in them. Cut those areas. Leave the flat areas, except for some spots. Then you flange those pieces. Same thing with back there. And that's how I do things, but that's how I'm gonna try to do it. If I gotta just butt weld it or whatever you want to call that. Bugs. But yeah, so started cleaning up here. Marking where all the spot welds are, factory ones. Got a drill bit. Hopefully I can drill them out. Plus all those there. I don't know how to replace this whole thing because this is soft all the way over to here. I see no point in just leaving this part and it's on the new one too, so. I'm gonna go ahead and start, I guess, drilling out the spot welds. I don't know if I'll get to actually cutting it tonight, but we'll see what happens. So I'll set you up while I do that. Oh, I also got spot welds underneath, so we'll see what we can do there. You might notice I didn't drill them all the way through. Because I'm not trying to drill them all the way through. I'm just trying to drill them enough to where I can get up under there somehow, peel it up, and it pops off. Because, I don't know, I don't need to make extra holes. I mean, usually I do that, plus my bits suck. I need to get new bits. So hopefully that'll work. Drilled those the same way. I gotta do the bottom ones yet underneath. I'll do them off camera. So, but for tonight, after I do that, that's probably it for tonight, because I don't want to get into cutting and all that stuff here. I want to do that when I'm fully awake. Plus, I worry about, you know, sparks and fire and things like that. I don't want to burn the truck down or my garage down or anything like that. Hear about all these bigger channels, all these other guys with bigger channels, and some of them lost their shops and stuff over stupid stuff. I even try to keep my batteries unplugged at night and stuff, which is kind of inconvenient, but guess I just had to get more batteries. So yeah, that's what I'll do. I'm done rambling. I'll see y'all tomorrow evening, I think. Unless my evening's consumed with something else. Kinda got a full plate as far as plans this weekend, so I'll try to squeeze this in when I can. Alright, see you then. Okay, y'all. It's Saturday, another Saturday, the 12th of August. A little after 4:30. I had to work some overtime today, so kind of getting a late start. Plus I gave it a little time to cool down. It's pretty hot today, but it's still kind of hot. But figured I better get on this. Plus I had to deal with some other things, so. Anyway, we'll get on this. Start cutting this out and stuff. So I'm gonna get set up to do that. Probably put this thing on the charger for a little bit, because I didn't think to charge it ahead of time. Kind of low. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Pretty cut and dry. I don't know what else to explain right now, so. Kind of a little tired and out of it too, so. Trying to get motivated here. Alright, I'll put this on the charger, get things set up, gather up the tools I need. We'll start tearing into it. Alright, I got most of that cut off. I still got to go around the edges here with the air chisel. I just cut out what I could with the bulk of it. I was going to use this saw more. You see, I started with it, but I couldn't figure out what was messing my blade up. I guess I was hitting that part. So I just ended up using the cutoff wheel. And it's hot out here. And then amateur hour kicked in. I turned it to get a better shot of this, and then I forgot to turn it back when I finished cutting it out, but I think you got the gist of what happened. So I gotta go around and get these edges and stuff. I may film it, I may not. I don't know. I gotta put this thing back on the charger because I'm an idiot and didn't charge it. Alright guys, I got most of that off there. I still got some slight trimming of things to do. But for the most part, it's all fair. I got, you know, doctored some things up. Shoot, I meant to grab something. This here might not be so bad. I don't know. Looks like they just coated it with something once before. Thinking maybe I can get away with just cleaning this loose stuff off here and wire wheeling it maybe. Coating it with something or just primer, I don't know. I don't know what all that damn noise is. But I'm gonna let you know right now, if this turns out to be a lot of footage, I may just make this video tearing this all out. Maybe some of the prep to put it together, I don't know. Just depends on how footage goes. I might just keep recording straight through, and if I decide it's way too long, because I don't want y'all losing. I know they're probably already long and boring to begin with. It ain't everybody's cup of tea, but I don't know how to make something that takes long short, so I try my best, but me rambling don't help either. So yeah, this is probably most I'm gonna get done today. Next is some final trimming here. Some of these spots I ain't using, and more of this area back here. I'll probably fix all that back part right there before I even go putting the new rocker on, because I'll coat this whole section like I did the other cab corner inner part there. Clean this all up, grind what's left of the spot weld stuff and any metal that needs ground off. Yeah, it's a whole process, guys. So yeah, that's probably all it's gonna be today. Anybody got any when it comes down to it, whatever that might be, it probably won't be this season. What color should I paint this thing when it's finally ready? Factory silver. You look here, you can kind of see it is under this, where this weather strip was. It still looks new right there. Kind of curious if it's the same paint coat as my newer truck there. I don't know, I might look at it. I don't know, kind of want to change it. I don't know, give me any ideas. If anybody who knows me or is local to me, if you know where I am, I'm not telling you where I am, some of you might know, but I kind of like to find some doors with some power windows and locks that I can make work in this thing. So if anybody knows how to pick up any of them cheap, I don't care if they need a little body work, but as long as they ain't rusted out or too mangled, as long as the power parts work. If not, I'll make what I got work. So yeah, kind of rambling now. So if I decide to do anything else, I'll pick up there or whatever. Today, that is. I may do a little bit more in this video. I'm just not sure where to stop, because I already got almost an hour of footage in the editing queue to begin with, and that's not even including what I've recorded today and yesterday. So it's crazy how much it accumulates. Maybe get shorter once I start editing it down. So alright, well, that's probably it for today. So I may fiddle with this a little bit more, I don't know. Anyhow, I'll see you tomorrow or something. Alright guys, a couple days later. I didn't get nothing done Sunday and Monday. Finally got back out here messing with this thing. As you can see, that spot's worse than what we thought. Well, I anticipated running into a snag there, but it doesn't surprise me anymore. So now I gotta make a patch for here. Figure out how far I can cut out. And make that patch for down there. I probably won't film me making that, but unless you really want to see it, but I don't know. Go look back on the international videos there. I made some panels on that. Kind of same concept. I just you can use a vise with some 2x4s or some pieces of metal to use as a brake to make the bends and whatnot, but I ain't got no fancy tools to do it. So yeah, I'm gonna clean this up here more. I don't know if I'll focus on that today, or just this part. But see, I at least get this cleaned up. I still got some, like I said, trimming up to do with things from the other day there. But I want to get this taken care of and guess that afterwards. I don't know, just see what I get done here, and I'll just come back and update you. Because this is like the boring stuff. Plus, I'm trying not to ramble, and I'm trying not to make you bored. However, I need feedback from people, what y'all want to see. And I know I can't just go by that, but I don't know. I'm just trying to make my channel better here. It's difficult, ain't easy. With the allotted time I have and resources. So, alright, I'm done rambling. I'm gonna get to figuring this out, and then I'll come back to you. Alright, what's up? Never mind what day it is. That ain't relevant no more because interruptions. Under the weather again. Not getting much done. However, did get that patch maiden in. And then as I almost had that one done, I realized I should have went farther. Found some holes. So I just took it all the way back here. You know, others might have just placed the whole area, but I ain't buying a floor section right now, and I think that'll be fine. Obviously I gotta grind this down yet, clean it up. I might have to fill it in there a little bit, but so yeah, there's that. And I still gotta take care of this. I'm probably gonna clean this up under here, make sure this is good and solid. And then probably just cut this area here out about the same amount as the other side. I'm gonna trim this all off up a little farther and just leave it that way because it seems kind of pointless. So first I had to take some of this other stuff off here and get this shape down best I can. I'll probably just clean this area here, make sure it's solid all the way through. So I'm gonna get this, get this established before working on this outside part. In fact, I want to have the rocker on there before I continue the rest of the cab corner area here. Just because of how the cab corner wraps around the rocker area there. So, alright. Some of this I may film, some of it I may not. Like I said before, I wasn't going to really film a lot of that. I also wasn't filming just because I ain't been feeling good. Unseasonably sick for some reason. Congestion and whatnot. So, anyway, y'all don't care about that. So, I'm going to get back to work here. Time lapse or whatever. Whatever I decide. Either way, you'll be updated. Alright. So, I trimmed this off here. Trimmed it up some. Get the worst of that off. Just gonna leave that the way it is because it really doesn't seem to serve much of a purpose. I mean, tell me I'm wrong, but I don't see why this whole area just can't be one hollow piece. You know, all that is a damn, basically a wall backside of the factory rocker, but new ones ain't like that, and I'm not worried about making that piece. So did peel this up that was on here. That way I can get an accurate measurement of things. So I'm gonna go ahead and take some measurements here and figure out how big of a piece I need to make. So, come on back when I figure that out. Alright, I marked it out on here. So, probably should have done this a little different way. I might have labeled it, but this way, in all, including the bend, would come to 7. See what I mean? I should have put the 5 here and the 7 here. But anyway, I know what I mean. And this way will be 5. Up and down 5, long ways 7. And that's with the bend included, not this here to here isn't 5. It's actually less. Just like here to here isn't 7. It is if you include the bend. Anyway. So now I gotta figure out how to make that, well, I'll probably make a cardboard first. Unless I just wing it or something, I don't know. But also, after I get it cut out, a new piece ready, I plan to, I can't remember if I did this on the other side, but I'm gonna try to cut it in on the second line in here and flange it. That way maybe I won't have to put a lot of weld on there, though I still could. Just makes it easier to weld and not have to worry about filling holes. That's the plan anyway, but see what happens. So I'm gonna get to figuring this out, I guess. Whatever I do, I'll time lapse. So. Alright, there's a rough bended up patch. Ain't too bad. Just like the other side, it ain't exact because this area for some reason isn't perfectly flat, but when I'm done with it, it pretty much will be, and it don't seem to matter. So, and obviously I'll have to adjust to modify this corner, make some cuts when I start putting the outer cab corner on, but I can worry about that later. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting out this old piece. You know, goal is, if I can, my goal for this evening at the least is at least get that new piece tacked in. Alright, got that cut out. I trimmed this up while I was off camera because I don't want it flanged there. Also down here, same thing. Kind of like what I'm going to do to all of these areas here later. So pretty much ready to try put this patch on here. I gotta flange it yet, but you'll see me do that. Time lapse, of course, because I'm not explaining everything a million times over. You've seen me do it once, you've seen me do it every time. But for the sake of getting things done, time lapse. So I'm gonna get to it. Alright guys, got her all clamped in place here. I'll go ahead and start tacking it on. Tacked on there, just gotta finish off welding it. Whether I do that today or what I do, I don't know. Kind of already accomplished what I wanted to. But I got some stuff I gotta do. Well, wanna do. And I can't wait around for this thing to be cooling off, which I'm still gonna do now, but any later, it'd be too late to do some of the things I want to do this evening, so. Probably stop here, keep an eye on this, and once I'm comfortable, I'll head out and we'll continue this tomorrow or something. But we're making progress now. To me, it may seem longer, it might even seem longer to you, but because I ain't got no other content to put out, so this is what I'm doing during that long hiatus of, you know, they say you're supposed to do stuff daily or weekly. Well, I can't always pull that off. So everything I've pretty much explained to you so far in this video is probably what I've been up to during that time. Just setback after setback. Some of it by choice, others not, but anyhow, that's where I'm at. Whether I'll finish welding out on camera or not, I don't know, but that's where we're at for this evening. So, till I return. Alright guys, I got that welded up. As you saw, I went ahead, ground down some of these areas where I ground the old, drilled the old spot welds out, filled them in some, set off low spots. I'm gonna grind it all down, smooth, even. That way I ain't gotta figure out where to put any, I can just put them anywhere I want, or in factory locations. Also got to grind all this down. You can see it's got some surface rust from letting it sit outside, but that ain't nothing major. So I'm gonna get to grinding this down. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So set you up here and get things smoothed out. Alright, fast forward a little bit. Went ahead, finished grinding her up best I could. Hope that's good enough. Hope it don't affect any alignment of the rocker or any of that, because it goes against there. That's about as good as I can get it. Maybe my patches weren't, one patch wasn't that even. It's a little low right there, but I got her kind of cleaned up. Might have to go over that part again, but yeah, I went ahead and cleaned up where I undid all the old spot welds. Bottom edge, cleaned it up. Got off any pieces of excess that were behind still. So So I guess we'll go ahead here and prime this for now. I think first I'm gonna go back over this area right here. It's bugging me, so I don't mind cutting corners here and there, but I don't like it. I'll see if I can clean that up better off camera here. The reason I skipped a bunch of stuff and did it off camera, just because I don't want too much content. If there's anything I missed, just let me know, because as I said before, I got a lot of content for this video so far. So I might try to squeeze this all in here, getting it on here and everything, the rocker. But I don't want to be yammering on about every little step. So if there's anything you specifically want to see, I can show you in a later video, because probably won't be the first and last time I do this. So anyway, I mean, I'll try to explain it the best I can so you get the gist of it. And I'm sure a lot of you probably done this. So I don't think everybody watching is learning. Some people are probably just watching just because they want to watch somebody do this stuff, but kind of like I do. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and clean this up and then blur it back off again and spray with some etching primer. Alright. I also kind of made a little, what do you call that? A stand up. I could think of that earlier. Anyway, you know, like these, because that's where the old one was. It's kind of rough looking, but it's the best I could do. It's how it looked after all the weld, but you know, we've had a fancy TIG and brand new metal. That probably look pretty, and if I had the skill to do that. But anyway, standoff, that's what I'm thinking of. Screw for the sill plate will go down through the top of it, because when I made the patch it was flat, so I'll clean that up a little more, screw it. I'll probably be working on this floor later anyway, so let's go ahead and spray this thing before it's too dark. I ain't trying to do perfect, just something to protect it after all that work. Good enough. Yep, that's good enough. Good enough for who it's for. I ain't finished back here yet, so I wasn't worried about being too perfect. Alrighty, that's probably it for tonight. It's starting to get dark out. Got some other stuff going on in the garage there, so I can't pull it in tonight. But maybe we'll get something done to it tomorrow or Monday. So, at least most of this inner part is done now. Alright. Alright guys. So, I ain't had a lot of time to work on this thing this week. Pretty much where we left off here. So, I realize I'm not going to be able to flange this here, so I'll probably cut that out. I'll leave this flat area for flanging, and then cut all the rest of this at the top line. I may have to ugly overlap that there, but you won't see it anyway, and hopefully it don't mess up panel alignment too much. Gotta cut this out, flange that area, cut this, probably cut this all the way around there. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Not sure what all I'll get done tonight. Kind of trying to beat some weather. I thought it was gonna rain sooner. Supposed to, and then it stopped. Got this thing sitting on the charger because the battery keeps going dead. So yeah, I need to get on this. It's taking way too long, like everything else. I just can't pump stuff out like these other guys. Not all the time anyhow. Got a few things in the works here, I believe. So it's not like I'm totally screwing off, but you know, reveal some things here in the coming future that'll definitely make doing things easier and just me doing things in the garage altogether. So maybe I'll reveal that here one of these days soon, but we'll see. Got some things to work out. Anyhow, I'm gonna get to cutting those areas out and try to start fitting the rocker and whatever else. So all right, I'm gonna get to it. Got all them areas trimmed up. I forgot to hit record a couple times, so it might seem kind of messed up even though it was all on time lapse. And another reason I do it, I don't know if I mentioned this, but a lot of reasons I'm doing a lot of time lapse is also because I'm usually running the compressor to run the mini death wheel, because the big death wheel is kind of hard to get in some of these areas. But anyway, I trimmed it all the way around there. I'm probably going to have to ugly overlap it here because I don't know how to get that area cut out with the equipment I have. You know, I could probably figure it out, but I'm going to see if I can try to just overlap it first. So flange this. Flange that. Pretty much only them two areas. Rest of it will be just butt welded or whatever. So I gotta go ahead and flange those yet. And then I guess I'll try to start fitting it. Alright, well, I got this on here. Clamped on. Lines up pretty good actually. Got clamped along the bottom. Actually, I gotta put one of them clamps back on, but I guess I don't now, but because it's coming back off. But I marked underneath where spot welds will be to punch the holes. I do that. Same with the top here. I already marked most of them, but this lines up pretty good actually. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take that back off, you know, punch the holes and stuff while it's off. Clean up all these surfaces where I gotta weld it, just in case the next time it goes on is the last time. So what I'll do, I'll clamp it like I currently have it, then do a few tacks up top here, but leave the clamps on real tight down at the bottom. And then probably what I'll do, I'll put the weather strip back on, put the door back on temporarily to make sure it ain't hitting, that I'm lined up good. I'm thinking it's pretty close, but I'm gonna do that anyway before I go making anything permanent. So a lot of that probably won't happen tonight, but that's the next steps. So that'll be the next thing when we continue. So all right, I'll be back. Alright, I got it back on there, tacked in place at the tops here and clamped at the bottom. I went ahead and put some self-tappers, actually the same ones that came off that makeshift cab corner, still usable, to push this down. So everything lines up good. It might not be coming back off there, but we won't find that out till probably, or it'll be tomorrow evening or when, because I had to pull it outside where there's more space to put the door back on. And I think we're supposed to have more rain, so I don't know, but when I do it, you'll know. This side's just taking way longer than the other side, for reasons other than this just takes longer because there's more to it. But you know, life can't much help it. So work on it when I can, but we're making progress. Starting to look like a solid truck again, slowly. So well, when I get back to her, we'll continue this. So all right guys, see, I put the door back on there yesterday evening, and from what I can see, put the weather strip back on there too. Doesn't look like it scrapes. Any marks on it, or marks that I previously put on there. Seems to shut all right. So so I'm going to take this back off camera, of course, and we'll proceed to tacking this on there some more, welding it up. I'll probably just put a few more tacks back here, not completely everything, but I'll probably finish off the front all the way, and fill in all the spot welds that I need to fill in, because I want to finish this off, grind it all the way around there, put some mud on it there and sand her down so I can put the door back on. I ain't got to worry about taking the door back off. So we'll get to doing that, and I'll show you parts of that, because I can finish off this the rest of the way once I get the cab corner complete. Alright guys, door's back off here. Welder's running, ready to weld. I did go ahead and put a self-tapper here to draw this in. So like I said, I'm probably going to weld this all up. Put a couple more tacks back there. So I'm going to finish this off enough to where I ain't got to take the door back off for it. And yeah, finish this off, weld it, grind it down, put some of the fiberglass filler on there, smooth it out best I can, put a little regular filler over top of that. You know, back here, probably, when I get some, I'll probably just put some seam seal around there somewhere. But so yeah, I'll do that. Start filling in all the spot welds. Whether I'll film all that or not, I don't know, but that's what I'm gonna do. So that's where we're at. Let's get her done. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up off camera here, and then I'll come back to you and show you the outcome. So yeah, I'm gonna get back to it because this is just long and tedious and I gotta take my time. Even in time lapse it'd be a lot, I believe. I could be wrong, but I don't know. This video's turned out too long already, so. Alright, I'll be back. It's all zapped in here pretty much. Long evening of welding. I still have to take them screws out and fill them holes, but I don't necessarily have to do that right away. So, but I'm probably just gonna call tonight. Let this cool down. You know, give things about an hour or so before I head in. And then I guess next time I get back on her, I'll start cleaning this up, smoothing it out, and whatever. Maybe grind some of these down. And putty her up and put the door back on. And then I'll probably call the video after I do that stuff. I'll do the cab corner and finishing off the body work on the cab here in the next video. And then might be another break from this thing. Not sure what I'm doing yet. I don't got a lot of other stuff on the go. Still stalled on the International there. I could just do some other things to it. I just ain't been motivated. I wish I could afford to just constantly get new stuff, new toys to play with, but can't right now, so bear with me. Hopefully over time things get better. I guess I just picked a horrible time to do this kind of stuff, but I'm not going to let it deter me. The algorithm may not like it, and maybe some of you guys, but hey, I gotta do what I gotta do. I can't just give up. There may be some long hiatuses here and there, but I'll figure it out eventually. Hopefully something happens and I just get a lot of traffic on the channel. I don't know, but anyhow, calling her night, letting this cool off, continue tomorrow or whenever, hopefully tomorrow. So see you then. Alright guys, as you saw, got this all grinded down about as good as I'm gonna get it. Grinded these welds down, filled in the screw holes, some weld. I only did so far back, but I'll probably take some glass filler, short strand fiberglass filler, put over this stuff so far back, and then let that set up. sand it down, and then put regular filler over top of that. And then I can put the door back on once that's all sanded down and smoothed out. So that's where we're at. So I'm gonna get ready to let this cool down a little bit from grinding and welding on it, and we'll get to doing that. Well, I pulled it in the garage here because the surface was staying too hot out in the sun. So I got everything all ground down, ready to go pretty much. It's cool to the touch now. So then we'll go ahead and mix up some, some of this short strand fiberglass filler. Put it over the welds and the seams there, at least so far back. And then, once I get the cab corner straightened up, we'll do that too. But I just want to get this done and finished off, at least around here, to put the door back on, so I ain't got to take it back off for a while. Even though I'd like to get other doors for it. And that one needs a little bit of work along the bottom edge that I looked into yesterday, checked it out. I almost thought about making another video about fixing that, but it wasn't going to be as quick as I thought. So it still could happen, but I'm not worried about it right now. If I'm stuck with that door, then we'll fix it. But kind of like some power doors, power locks, power windows. Just because I'm spoiled on a little bit of luxury, I guess. But if not, we'll make what we got work. So anyhow, I'm going to get to mixing up some mud and come back when I mud her up. Too hot and humid. Most of this stuff dried up pretty quick. Look at that. Waste. Oh well. I got enough of it on there for now. No need to waste more. Alright, don't know how quick this will set up. I mean, dried up quick there, but still soft. So I don't know if I'll be finishing it off this afternoon. Might wait till this evening. Got some other things to do. Won't have time to sand this and put other top coat on it. So whenever I do it, that's when I do it. So be back when it's time for that. Alright guys. I'm gonna hit these big areas with the DA with some 40 grit, knock this down. These areas I can get to easily, flat areas. These more curved, complex areas I'll just do by hand. I'll knock this down, get it smoothed down enough to where I can put a top coat of regular filler on it. And I'm saying that's smooth, and probably throw a little primer on it or something till we can continue it after the cab corner region is finished. So I'm gonna get to doing that. Probably put you in time lapse. So. Alright, I got that knocked down some. Still some nooks and things in it, but it's enough that I can put a top coat on it and smooth all that out. So, that being said, got some Bondo here. You know, all these other channels I watch, and bigger guys, or whatever you want to call them. A lot of them just diss Bondo brand stuff, say about pinholes and all this crap. Well, I've been using it frickin' forever with really no problems. But I do try to use the gold body filler. Just like, you know, them guys that can afford it use Rage Gold or whatever else. I mean, I think it's basically the same stuff. It's just Bondo brand. I don't know. I've used a little bit of it all. I'm not against the higher dollar stuff. I just get what I can afford. Sometimes I use higher dollar stuff if I can get a deal on it. But guess all I can tell you, if you do decide to use Bondo brand, which this is a can I've had for a little while. I haven't seen this in gold lately on the shelves. Because usually you get this kind of stuff at Walmart or AutoZone, Advance Auto. Some of them got some Evercoat stuff. I guess it's like one of their low tier lines or something. I ain't tried it yet, but it seems like a lot of it's being replaced with Evercoat and stuff like that. Anyhow, what I'm going to do to make this a little bit more pliable and smooth, take a little bit of the Bondo, pour a little bit of resin on it, add the, the Bondo hardener, and I always try to add a little bit of the resin hardener. If you mix them up, it thins out the filler, makes it smoother, less pinholes. Just makes it a lot more pliable instead of just gummy and thick. Makes it go on a lot smoother. So that's what I'm gonna do here. So I'll mix this up and let you see me do this, I guess. See how it makes it a lot creamier? That's how you want it. Alright, well, I'm gonna let this flash off here and dry up a little bit. May have to recoat it some. I don't know. See how it smooths out after I sand it. I'm mainly focused on this area right here, right now, because that's what takes the most time. Complex curved areas. I can work this back here a little more later, but that's what I'm more concerned about. So I'm gonna let this set up and I may work on it off camera. I don't know. Guys, I went ahead and hand sanded this with 80 grit. Just some old DA paper, you know, and got her down pretty good. So then I hit it with some 180, just kind of smooth it out a little bit so it don't look, you can't see any sand scratches too bad. And the primer fills in good. So I will go ahead and blow this off, clean it up here a little bit, just this section right in here, so I can prime and maybe throw a little something on that side, maybe paint or something, but just something to protect it. So I'm gonna do that and then let it dry. I'll probably put the door back on. Not sure how soon I'll put the fender back on, but I could probably do that too. So whatever progress I make, I'll update you, come back. And then I'm leaving this the way it is for now, because I'll finish that once I do the cab corner there, which you'll see in the next video. It's technically already started, but yeah, so as I said before, sorry if you're waiting on any content. I just have this and the international going on, and that's at a standstill, and I've had a lot of distractions, been pulled away from this a lot, and had other responsibilities to take care of, so this is taking way longer than planned. So, and that's even with the extra work, but I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm not gonna be like all these other bigger YouTubers and be like, oh, you gotta be consistent, which I do get, but some of us, it ain't that easy. Everybody's lives are different. But that doesn't mean I'm giving up. It's just kind of how my luck's working out lately. So I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make the content as I can, what I can. I may take breaks here and there. Y'all or the algorithm may not like it. Well, I'm not that desperate. You don't gotta follow me. But if you really like what I'm doing and can be patient, sure, follow me, support me. But I can't afford to just go out and buy more stuff for content all the time like some of these other channels. Hopefully I'll get there one day. But plus I can only do so much with what I do have to work on. So anyhow, done rambling. I'm gonna finish this up, blow her off, prime it. Do whatever else I gotta do, and I'll come back. Alright, so got that primed up. Me and the No Friends 5000 got the door back on. At least it'll be on there for a while, so I have to take it back off for something. Whether it be to repair it or swap it out, I don't know. Didn't put the spring back in yet, but I'll get to that. That's on there, primed. I put about 3 coats of primer on it. That etching primer. Guess it don't matter what kind to use. So I wanted to do that the way I did it because it's just easier to sand it with the door off. Excuse me. So I guess that's where I'm going to leave this one. Next video is continuing that. There's more of that in the next video, so I'll wrap this one because it is probably long as hell. And I'm trying to improve how I'm doing this stuff, but I find it hard. Without input, I don't know what to do. I don't want to be just skipping to everything, skipping ahead to everything like they do on TV. I mean, part of it, I want to, you know, show how to do things. The other part of it is just show you what I'm doing, or just, you know, when you guys watch other videos, or how I like to watch videos. I don't know, it's just, I'm just trying to figure out how to do it without being boring. And not ending up rambling all the time, so. Anyhow, so, you know, give me feedback, so. Yeah, give me feedback on how I'm doing, what you want to see, or whatever. Or if you got any ideas what I can do with this thing. Like, I don't even know when it comes to paint time how I'm going to paint it, whether it's factory color, or go to a two-tone, or what. I don't want to do anything too wild because that's just too much prep, but kind of just want to keep it simple, clean restoration. Maybe a two-tone or something, I don't know. Maybe even factory color, I don't know, but anyway. And if I find another seat, should I keep the interior red or go gray or some other color? Nothing wild, just something mild, you know. There's plenty more on this truck to come, but as I've said before, I'll probably end up taking a break here before long, after I wrap up the next one. So anyway, I'm done rambling. Like, share, subscribe. Yeah, comment, ring that bell or whatever. So calling this one where it's at. It's time to jump into the next one. See you then.